competition in North American League is the fiercest it's ever been.
Going into this week, we didn't have that much time just because when you have a Super Week, you have less days just because it starts a day earlier. So just tried to fit as many scrims in as possible and do a little more like replay watching and I guess theory crafting. I think we're getting a lot stronger. We've finally decided on who we want to shot call and how we want to do things. So I think we'll be able to get better faster. And it's just on us to just bring that to LCS and play well. Our big goal is just to stay top 6 and then perform pretty well at playoffs so we can get that world spot. So really just make sure to not drop to the bottom 2 and then do our best at playoffs.
Going to Super Week, we had TSM on the first day, we had LMQ, C9 on the second, and CLG on the third. Our most defined strategy was against TSM, and going into the picks and bans, we kind of saw that they were going for a specific team comp, and we wanted to counter that, so we didn't want to let them get their preferred team comp, which was like the Ziggs Jax, which they ended up running later into the week, so it wasn't like a secret or anything. And we picked that up, and then we started the game off with like a pretty decent lead.
And he's done both players.
Here's the attempt. TF ulti using. They're like, hey, there's a person here. 3-on-3 is going to happen. Here we go. Ulti popped as well. And it's a whole bunch of damage. Dominate forced to get away from this one, but goes back into range.
Goes back
here
to the
comes Amazing. They get the kill. Dominate gets traded back, but now Bjergsen's got to be careful. There comes Ziggs. Misses the Q. Quas picks it up for the double kill.
I felt like we had control. And like with so many of our games, we just make like one ridiculous mistake and we kind of throw. Like mid-game we had the advantage. We just let Jax basically push bot and take an inhibitor.
Here. Now he goes in for this one. It's going to pull Quas over. Both have TP. Thorn mid.
Darius has red buff though. He can just bully Quas.
I think he could ignore. No, he actually goes. I'm sure he's actually fighting Quas, but he is pushing him away. Now the inhibitor at a half HP. Quas cannot win this fight. Has to back up. And there we go. Inhibitor goes back for TSM.
Yep. Still, even though there's gold in favor of.
And that was just boneheaded. It was just a mistake, and it should never happen. And that pretty much cost us the game. It was still pretty close. I think we had the lead, but after that point, it was just like too hard to come back.
Cut him in the back of the head, and now these Ziggs not going to be enough. 44 minutes in, only 8 kills, but it's enough for TSM to win the game.
We were really down about that because our story this split really has been we play pretty solid early and mid game, and then in just like one split second like late game call or one decision to like do Baron or push or something like that, we just end up making a fatal error and losing the game, and it's happened countless times this split so far. So that's kind of how we felt, and it just felt like we were never going to get out of that rut, and it was actually pretty disappointing for the whole team.
We were just barely hanging on. We were 6th place by 1 win, and we needed to do something.
Second day of Super Week came, woke up, and was just like, we're just going to give it our all.
Curse, they've been solid, but solid isn't what's been winning games. They've been getting close in a lot of their losses. Right. Close does not cut it.
We ended up playing LMQ first. We had a pretty close game with them. We didn't play perfectly.
Oh, the wind wall's a little far, but the team gets a very nice tidal wave from Nami. That is a great last breath to follow up, and it's a little back and forth, but no name and the rest of the team are just trying to decide who to kick. A Rune Prison saves down Voyboy, but he's out of the fight. Nobody is going to be taking the Lantern. Quas has to run back to the turret. He actually might be safe here. No, the resonating.
But we ended up just coming out ahead in the end, and I think overall we played pretty well, and that was a really big motivation boost for us because it was like, okay, we're still in this, like, we can get a lead, we can close the game out, we're still good.
Able to turn this around. Cobb is very big, but he really hasn't had the time to just spit out damage in a fight. This is the extended fight that they won. Oh! Another hook coming in from Xpecial, one after the. It's going to come in. Ackerman's getting hit up. He gets locked in. He's going to get taken down possibly. A few more shots. Xpecial just hits 1,000 assists for an NALCS support. The first one ever at 36 minutes into this game. Moore is almost going to go down. Xpecial finally dies. MVP threat to the game as he hits his 1,000 assists.
An hour later, we had to play COD 9.
Let's see who you guys voted to win. According to LOLesports.com, 83% of you are giving this game to Cloud9.
and we just ran a team comp that we were pretty practiced with, and we executed it well.
But back out they go. Dragon 1 minute away, and already Curse getting control.
Sneaky's back. It's not look like Cloud9.
A lot of people like to drag on about how we played such a boring game. Like, we had a big goalie, we should have just made like a game-winning play. But Cloud9 wasn't really fighting us for many of the objectives, so we were just slowly gaining a bigger and bigger lead. And I definitely think there was a point that we could have been more aggressive, but overall we were just thinking like, okay, let's just play this slow, calculated, strategic. Like, we do not want to throw this game. Like, we've had so many leads, so many games that we're in a winning position, and we just make a mistake and throw it.
Baron buff still there for a minute and a half. Push on in. There's the ulti. High push back. Leona's going to catch him. Turret goes down. Here comes the fight on the Nexus. 44 minutes in. Curse closes out the game versus Cloud9.
Definitely one of the lowest kill games we have seen in the North American LCS this split. Curse was involved in the other one in their very low kill loss to CLG last split.
Yeah.
But man.
And we've never beaten Cloud9 before, so that was a really big game for us, and we just wanted to make sure that we executed everything down to the last detail and didn't throw. And that's what we ended up doing. Almost an hour-long game, but we won in the end, and we ended that day 2-0, which is really big for us. And we went out after we celebrated. We got like stakes as a team, and I think the mood and the atmosphere was really, really positive. And then today we woke up, we were just time to play CLG. This is our last match of Super Week.
Team Curse versus Counter Logic Gaming.
And Rip, yesterday Curse rebounded in a big way. They picked up 2 wins off of LMQ and then Cloud9 at a time where they needed it most. And
even if regardless of the results of this game, I think we were pretty happy with how we did, just because we had such a good day 2 versus LMQ and Cloud9. And we just went into the game like we're just going to play.
It is, and this is going to be Cop trying to come in with that big damage. He just bought the BF, and he's going to get a little bit of return gold on that.
I would say that was our best game this whole split, and I thought we all played really impressively. Like, every sector of the map, we were just out-pressuring them, getting kills, like blowing summoners, taking control.
Team fight.
Oh, X special! Oh no! I don't think he realized there were so many to the right. They draw out the tidal wave, though. Oh my gosh, the zap there! Was it too much? The wild gold from Quas! How does this just keep happening?
Well, at that Dragon, we made a mistake. We got a free kill, but they had a lot of poke on the team. And what happened was we needed to just go on them. We couldn't keep doing Dragon and just let them poke at us, and that was a big mistake. But fortunately, Cop did a miraculous steal, and that really helped us not lose our lead. Had we lost that Dragon, that would have been huge for us, and it would have been a huge message swing. But fortunately, we got the Dragon, and with that, we were in the lead still, and we started controlling the buffs, and it's just a natural progression. Once Dragon is down, you're at the point where you can control things. You want to do that.
He's standing right in the middle. Yes, he is able to take it down. The team is still getting him the sustain in the heels. Quas gets hit up. What a chaotic fight. Link was trying to throw bombs in from the backside, but couldn't light enough fuses.
So yeah, we entered the week with a 3-1. It felt super good. I was so pumped after that game. I was just like, yeah, that was such a clean win. Like, we're back, and yeah, it felt great.
Choice right here. Death is not a good one.
That's the dissonance, the ball callback.
That's got to be game.
So much early and quick damage coming in from those movements and commands on the ball. Voyboy and Quas now going for the turrets. 16 seconds is the closest. Timer coming in on a Dexter. Curse coming in with another fantastic game. The Super Minions are on. This is going to be sub 39 minutes. 38-30. Curse is on the Nexus. A 10,000 gold lead. They had it at 20. They have it, and they take the game. Curse taking down CLG.
What a super week for Curse. They go 3-1 when all of their games were against teams in the top 5.
Honestly, this has been the best week for us so far. 3-1. Everyone was like, you guys are going to lose. We came out strong. We, again, surprised ourselves just because we've had such a poor season so far. And this is where I want to say things are starting to turn.
Up until this week, it felt like we knew we could do it, but we never could really materialize that into wins. And if we can't get the wins, then no matter how good we think we are, it's just not going to happen. But I think this week that we showed that we can make it happen, and if we can just keep doing that over the next 6 weeks and go into playoffs just really solid, I definitely think our chances of getting to Worlds is great. Split, we had a really tough time. We ended up finishing in 6th. We got relegated.
Of course, it's Super Week. Can you tell me how you guys prepared?
We just prepared like any other week.